I picked up my second bait caster reel here. I don't even know the brand name of it. It's just, I picked it up at Walmart and threaded it, and I'm gonna go out with it. I'm just trying to practice. I've never caught a bass with a bait caster, so that's something I'm gonna try to do. Don't know if I'll do it today. I plan to go fishing a little later on, but I'm gonna just, right now, what I wanna do is show you how I'm going to thread this hook on. So I'm gonna take the hook and I'm gonna take this hook off of it. I've been practicing with it. And I've broken the line a couple times and things like that. So I'm just gonna let this out and see if I can get it where you can see how I thread this hook on. Okay. I learned this from an older gentleman when I was maybe 15 years old. Because I used to just put a hook on, tie knots, tie a knot, tie a knot. And he said, no, that's not the way you want to do that. We were fishing for carpfish, and the carpfish broke my line, so. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Let's see if I can get this. Let's see, that's the best angle here. Be in view. I'll put it up here. Okay. And we can kind of watch this together. We'll go through. Right? Go through there. Then I'm gonna come back, loop it around, and come back through the eye, come back through there again, right? So now I got it, it looks like this. It's hard for me to keep up with this, where the actual lens is showing. Then I'm just gonna twist it around the line, like 3 times, 3-4 times here. Normally I'm outside when I do this. And then I'm gonna come back with this piece that's left over. Pull it back through the loop. Okay. I think I missed it again. Okay, now I'm gonna pull it tight. There, it's locked in. Okay, so you go around. You're gonna go around 3-4 times, then pull that part back through that loop that you left, and then you just tighten it up. And now I'm secure with it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to put a hook on here. This is a bait caster, of course, but I want to just catch a fish with it first. And that's what I'm going to try to do this afternoon, just go out and catch a fish with it and break the ice. And then I'll decide. I like the bass fish late in the evening or first thing in the morning. That's when I like the bass fish, because that's when they like to feed. They like to go up and down the banks trying to catch brim and stuff like that. So I'm going to just go out, catch a fish with it, break the ice with it, and then I'll come back later on and I'll start bass fishing with it. Once I get a little more practice in, of course. I'm getting better. A little bit at a time. I'm not really that good at bait casting. I've never used them, never really used one fishing. I caught a bass on the other one, I think. I think I caught like a 4-pound bass on the other one I bought. And after that, I just started backlashing, and I can't fish like that. So I'm gonna try this one, practice with it more. I made up my mind that I'm gonna make this work, make this happen. So we'll see as we go on. Okay, back to one of my favorite spots here. And setting up just to try to break the ice with this bait caster here. Whew. Normally I'm not in the sun down here, but I am today. And this is a little purchase I made. My little companion here. Bought this battery powered fan. And it's a 2-speed. Not a lot, but it helps. So you're in Georgia, it's hot. So I'll be setting this up, and I got my little bait caster. And what I want to do, if I can get everything untangled again, is go ahead and try and break the ice by catching a fish with it. So this will be the first, and while I'm doing this, it'll be the only one that I'm using while I'm trying to break that ice with that fish. So I'm gonna sit up here, start up with a nice earthworm, and hopefully I can cast it. Not saying I can, it's kind of thick in here. Let's see what we do here. I've been practicing. Keep your fingers crossed. Nope, that didn't work. I don't think this is gonna have enough weight. Let's see if it's got enough weight. Try it again. Supposedly that's enough weight. Hold on. I'm still casting wrong. Trying to adjust it to this earthworm thing. It's still spinning, out of control. Let me see. Oh, let me see here. What can I do with it? Something's biting at it. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Oh, I got something. There we go. Well, broke the ice. Yep, there he is. Now, I'm gonna put the bait caster up. That didn't take long at all. Maybe 2 minutes to pull this little fella out. So that's good enough for me. Just want to break the ice with it. And now I'm gonna go back to what I know better. I bought these. Glad I brought these with me, because I really don't want to keep this little fella. And now, let's get down to some real familiar fishing here. Ooh, it's hot. Man. Couldn't put that up. Just want to catch fish with it. I'm gonna go back with the Shakespeare. I got a little piece of lead on it. And I'm going to Go right out here. See if I can grab something at the spot that I normally get my fish. It's gonna be right over here. I'm gonna try it right there. All right, I wanna hold it for the time being because this water's kind of murky. And usually catfish bite good in murky water. So we had one bite already. We'll just kind of see what happens. But as I said, I wanted to talk to fish a little bit today. You know, I talk to people that have boats, and I've always wondered, I see people with boats and they're out in ponds and lakes and they're always trolling the edges and they're not in the middle. I'm thinking that if you have a boat, you know, you'll be out in the middle of the water where it's deepest. But you know, when you get familiar with fish and how they feed and everything, most of your fish are going to be really around the bank because that's where the food is. So most of the time when you see people with a boat, they're just trolling that bank. They're getting to places where you can't get to on the side over here. They're able to cast back to the bank and reel back to the boat. And they have quite a bit of success doing that. So you don't get as much. Let's see here. I'm gonna try this spot over here. Cause it's going out pretty good. I'm going over there against that bank and we'll see what happens. Right there in that little spot, I see a tree fell since the last time I was here. So we'll see if anything happens over here. If this spot doesn't do very well, I'm not gonna be here long. I'm gonna head on over to another spot. And you'll see my videos. They're getting like anywhere from, I'd say 34 to, I've got one video that went over 1,000 views. But I haven't been doing this very long. Look at that. He's at it now. Look at him. Look at it. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. Okay. We got a little fight to him. Yeah, there we go. Okay, buddy. You know what? I think this may be the one I start to keep. Right here. Yeah, he's a keeper. I'll put him in a basket. And he's got a nice little wide mouth on him. Yeah, he's croaking at me. He doesn't like me pulling him in like that. I won't blame him. I wouldn't want anybody to pull me in the middle of dinner either. But he'll be a good one to start today with. And I caught him right away off the bank. Like I said, that's where the food is around the bank. So that's where you're gonna find the fish. You know? So you really don't have to worry about getting a reel that will cast way out into the deep, not in lakes and ponds, because that's not necessarily where the fish are gonna be, because they wanna be where the food is. Now I've got, see how that is? I'm not gonna mess with it. I'm gonna experiment. I'm gonna try this. They've been kind of gulping it down. I hear thunder, which means my trip might be cut real short. Here you go. He's at it already. Probably pull that end off his tail off the end of it. And it's going pretty good now. We're gonna see what they do. When I first started fishing here, I caught a lot of brim right there off that little reef. You know, I could throw right on the reef, let it sink, and I caught a lot of brim. But then, as I kept fishing here, it turned more and more just to catfish. I was catching more catfish than with brown, and it tends to seems to have that same tendency now. And when I get here, it's more catfish, which is fine. But I would really like to see the size increase on them a little bit. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so see, like this one. This is kind of the norm of what you would catch, but it's not what I want. I should have just kept my pliers out. So I could just be ready for them when they come in. I got these on sale, of course. You know by now, if you listen to me, you know I do a lot on sale. And I'm gonna try it again right over there in that same spot. Right there off that tree that fell in. Just to see if there's anything a little bit bigger maybe that may be hungry. We caught one out of here that probably was about 2.5 pounds. And I caught another one that was about maybe 2 pounds. That's the biggest ones I caught out of here. I've heard of someone coming here catching bigger ones, but I think they were in a different spot. You know, I've used 2 pieces of worm so far. That's what I've used. And I've caught three fish on 2 worms. But you can catch more than 1 fish. Look at that, there he goes. More than 1 fish on a worm. That's doing pretty good. So, I don't know if you can see this or not, but he's right over under that tree over there. And just gave it a real good tug. And they tend to tug it, leave it alone, and then they come back to it. I think they're trying to get it underneath something and it slips out of their mouth, and then they had to come back and find it again. So, just gonna see what he does here. And he's not really moving too fast. I'm feeling a little bit of that fan. That fan's doing good. Anything's better than nothing when it comes to this heat. Man, I had another young man that was supposed to come out here with me today, but he was unable to make it. And I almost called my brother, but when he told me he didn't have any plans for the day, he kind of seemed like he wanted to just rest, so I just left him alone. I said, well, I'll just go out there on my own and just sit for a little while and see what happens. And I'm not gonna be out too long. Just wanna do something real quick. Gonna catch a few fish and get back at it. But what I was saying was on my channel, you know, the whole thing that I'm trying to set up is so that you can watch it, you can get what you need to get out here and fish and hunt, shoot, and enjoy the outdoor. Because it took me years to gather this information. I had to gather from different places, all the way from my dad first teaching me to fish, to fishermen that we ran across when, you know, I was out fishing with him, my brother, and fishermen that he ran across. And I asked a lot of questions about a lot of things. I want to know all the details because I want to know what it took to get what I need to get. All the way to the trainer of the SWAT team, snipers for the police department, and all of his associates. I got in there and I dug in and I found out as much information as I could from them about shooting and what it takes to set firearms up. So all this information I have I haven't even tipped, this is not even the tip of the iceberg. I haven't even got warmed up yet as far as the information. Right now, I'm just kind of just trying to see the best avenue to take to get it out to the people. There's a little brim out there feeding. And I know that it's a slow process on YouTube because you have to filter through a lot of people, and there's over 1 million people on YouTube. But when you go to YouTube, you're not going to see 1 million paths on your channel that you can go to. You're only going to see maybe 80 to 100 that you can go to. So getting mine to the people that I need to get it to, it's going to be kind of tough. It takes a while because I watch some people on YouTube and they've got maybe 1 million subscribers or whatever, but you got to look at how long were they doing it. And I was guilty of the same kind of thing. I go to YouTube when I needed something. If I need to put a part on my vehicle, or I just want to find out some quick information, I go to YouTube. And of course, the information is there. They would always ask to subscribe, and I would just kind of pass over that part, I'm getting a lot of hits down here in this area, so I'm gonna go right back over there again. And just, if I catch 5 nice catfish, it'll be time for me to leave this spot and go somewhere else. I may even venture up to Indian Springs, I don't know. I'm feeling pretty good today. I took care of the lawn, took care of my laundry for the week. So now it's just about a matter of just relaxing and enjoying the rest of the day. Because Saturdays go by like that, working 9-hour shifts, 5 days a week. And just to get out and relax. Once you get things done at home that you have to get done at home, and your weekend is almost over. And I met a young man this morning, and we talked about another fishing spot that's not too far from here. He said that it's got a lot of catfish in it. And of course, there's some people that love to eat catfish in the family. So he said they caught like a 5-gallon bucket of catfish within 4 hours. So I told him I'd probably try that spot. I got to find it first. He wasn't sure on the direction on it, so I've got to drive down, check the directions out, just do a pre-scout of it, and then I'll go back in later and probably try to, do some fishing in there and stuff. Right now, the biting's doing pretty good. This water, it floods down here when it rains. The water's kind of subsided, but it's still kind of muddy and murky. So this is good catfish formula right here. They love this kind of stuff. But brim, bass, not so much. I think they're more by sight. Catfish are more by smell. So we'll just see what happens here. I got some bumps going on right here. And he's moving it downstream now. He's coming down this way with it. I know he's not gonna go too far that way because that berm is there, it's gonna stop him. So he's gotta let it rest against that berm. We're gonna see what happens here. Okay, on a little bit. He's still just nibbling. Now he's going back upstream with it. So we'll see what happens here. Someone just pulled up. I don't know who that is. Probably another fisherman. I don't think he has a shirt on. So he's either gonna go out there and swim. I'm gonna try to grab this guy here. He's got me stretched out pretty tight, but he's not really running off with it like I want him to. Let's see here. If he keeps going, he's just bumping it along now. Hasn't given me what I want yet. Let's see what he does. I'm patient. Like I said, I got my stuff done this week for the weekend, so I'm patiently waiting. I believe he has it though, because this line is kind of, the tension is staying there. He's probably up against that bank. He probably can't go anywhere. So, and he's moving it back and forth. So I'm just gonna try him and see what I got here. Yep, he's on there. Kind of felt that he was. Let's see what we got. Yep, another cat. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, so I should have kept those, should keep those pliers handy. Oh yeah, that's him right there. Finger food. That's a little anchovy for your pizza. So I kind of figured the way he was going around that bank, just going back and forth, up and down stream, that he was on there. He didn't have anywhere to go. All right. So far I've got one keeper. Let's put some more. Let's see. Now, look out here. One thing about a catfish too, the way their mouths are made, even a small catfish can take a big hook. So, let's see here. Clamp this down a little bit tighter. Let's see. I'll try it back over there again. Yep, right back in that same spot. I'm gonna move this a little bit so you're not just looking at the back of my head. Let's see. Should be able to see a little something. Let's see what you got. Okay, yeah, you can see a little bit of what I'm doing. That's good. So now, let's step back up here. This water is not that deep. I would venture to say it may be 4 feet in the middle in some spots. So, there's not a lot of places for them to run and hide out here once they bite. So that's 4 catfish, three worms, 4 catfish. I think they're going swimming. People come in here and do that all the time. Okay, I'm getting another bite here. Let's see what we got. Most public places don't allow you to fish after dark. And that's when your bigger catfish are gonna bite. I remember we went to Lake Oconee, and during the day, we were catching small fingerling catfish. And my brother-in-law stayed out there until, they said around 11 or 12, and they were catching big catfish. I mean, 2.5 pounds and better. And but it was only after, you know, like 10:30, 11 o'clock p.m. they were biting, and we were fishing, you know, up till about 7 or 8. So in most places where you got catfish, the big ones start to bite after dark. And here, you know, that's when your time's up. When it gets dark, you have to leave. I wouldn't want to be down here after dark anyway, because I don't trust this brush. I've seen too much stuff in it, and you can't see where you're putting your feet. I don't think it'll be real safe to be here after dark. But I can imagine that there'll be a lot of catfish in here biting, big catfish biting after dark in here. So we'll see. I'm gonna give it a little while longer just to see what's going on, and I may. Okay, he hung in there pretty good. Let's see what he got going on. All right, let's see here. Nah, about the same size. Yep. I kind of figured with all that bumping and going back and forth, he was going to hang himself sooner or later. Yep, and that's what he did. See, there he is. Let him go back. And I'm gonna go back against that bank if I can. Yeah, right over there. There may be a big one sitting over there somewhere, waiting. Because there's not a lot of structure out there. There's just a couple of trees that have fallen over and some stumps. But not a lot for big fish to hide under. I think they like to hide on that stuff so they can ambush the smaller fish as they swim by. But really peaceful down here. And in the spring and fall, people come down here and take pictures on these rocks. And enjoy it like that. I just like coming to this spot right here and sitting down and grabbing a few fish. And like I said, I'm gonna give it a little while to see what happens. And if nothing happens here that's really, gonna hold my attention, I'll probably load up and head up to Indian Springs and see what's going on up there. Just to end the day. And we'll see. Turn that off for a little while. And had a few bumps and then quit. If he starts trolling back and forth, a lot of times they go upstream and they bump on your line, and then they come back downstream and bump on your line. A lot of times that means they've hung themselves on that hook. There we go. Let's see what we got here. Uh-oh, wait a minute, might be something different. Is it? Yes, it is. That's a bram. Yeah, that's a bram, a little different, but a little too small for my taste there. So let's throw you back up there. Let you go. All right, let's see what else we got. That's up against that bank. Back against the bank again. So that's, I forget, I think it's 4 catfish, 1 brown, 4 worms. I have caught a bass over against that bank one time. Okay, he's pulling a little bit. Let's see what else we got out here. I tried to set it, but I think I missed him. No, I didn't. There we go. That's a nice one. Okay. Now there's a keeper. How about that? Okay. There's a keeper bram. Yes, sir. There's a keeper bram right there. Okay. Thought I missed him. Okay. Let's see. And that's on a little piece of worm. Just a little piece. So I'm gonna bait it up again. I'll leave this piece hanging right here. And I'm just gonna put another piece on here. And see. As I was saying on my channel, I get a few views, and I'm gonna check this camera view real quick, see what I'm seeing here. Okay, so if I set it back here, then I can see my chair, but I better set it up a little bit higher than that. Let's see those trees. See if I can see my chair. If I can see my chair, okay, that's where I'm sitting. So yeah, okay. You can see what I'm doing if I don't kick it over. My foot's getting all kinds of stuff in here. Okay. I'll go back out here again. I tend to have some better luck over there against that bank. So go back over there again. The bigger fish tend to, there they go, already. As soon as they hit the water, they're back at it. They tend to want to feed on the side of that bank, in that little cove right there. Let's see what we got this time. He's going at it pretty heavy. But yeah, I've only been doing it like 9 months now. So my videos are in there with other people. I see they'll have 15,000 views or sometimes 1 million views. And I'm sitting right there with them with 45 views. But you know, people haven't gotten to know Jamie Heath yet. But if they keep on, they will. Let's see here. Okay, another nice one. Okay, come on. There we go. All right, maybe I'm in a bed of them over there. I can keep 15 of these, so we'll see. Hopefully it's a bed. Yeah. Hopefully it's a bed. We'll see what's up. Ah, man. I don't see how people do it. Wear their pants down around the waist, around the knees, back over against that tree. That's uncomfortable for me. But they tend to be hitting it as soon as it hits that water. So let's see what we got. Because after storms and rain come through, you can never tell what may have washed in and washed out. So it looks as if maybe some fish have washed in here. Okay, he's bringing it back to me now. But over here, like I said, he can't go that far this way because of that berm is there. So he'll probably back it up against that berm and then take back off upstream with it. So that's the only place he can go. Whew. I brought some paper towels with me. Let's see. I think I can start utilizing those a little bit. Kind of knock out some of this sweat. Dang. And I would get the chair with the broken cup holder. I've got 5 in the back of the truck. He jumped on it as soon as it hit the water. He brought it back to the berm. It looks like he may have left it alone. But like I said, as they get to know, there we go, there we go. Come on. Because some of those guys, I remember watching them when they first started. I look at their videos then and their videos now, there's a lot of difference in the videos. Me, I'm still learning how to set everything up, but I'm just keeping up with the phone right now. I've got some GoPros, but I haven't really worked them in yet. And I'm looking at getting another drone and get some better footage. I've got another device I'm going to try from a rifle scope. So I'm going to be expanding this and getting a little bit better at my photography and videography. But for right now, I'm just sticking with what I know I can deal with, what I know I can handle. So. And he seems to be going back up going back upstream. I may have to break this little twig here because it's kind of interfering with me a little bit. Let's crank this up. There we go. A little bit better. Not that far down. There we go. He's not doing a lot with it though, he's just bumping it. I was thinking he would have took off back upstream with it by now. Yeah, but I've got a lot of information that I really want to be able to get out there and help people just start being more responsible at the shooting and make everything more enjoyable. I know it's just everything, I enjoy everything better when I know what I'm doing. And I'm sure everyone does. It's like going to work. If you don't know what you're supposed to be doing on a job, your day is going to be long and miserable, you know? You want to be where, there we go. I figured that. He went downstream with it and he had nowhere to go. That's why he wasn't moving. Another little small one. Another little anchovy. Actually, I had a pretty good day. I've caught probably a total of 14 fish, and I think I kept maybe 6 of the 14, 5 or 6 of the 14. But I had a pretty good day. If I'd known the water was like this up here, I would have changed strategies. I probably would just either just brought chicken liver or shrimp, something of that nature, but it's fine. We had a good day. I'm still getting a little bit of a bite here. This is gonna be the last one for the day. Whatever this sequence ends up being, whether he cleans the hook or whether I catch him or whatever, we're gonna end the day with it. Almost snatched it on him there. Let's see. I think I set it on him that time. Yep, here it comes. What is it? What is this? Well, well, well. For all of you that have not seen this, this is an eel. This is a freshwater eel. That's what it is. That's a freshwater eel. And that is something to end the day with. Thing looks like a snake. And I haven't seen one of these since I went fishing with my brother down farther south, like in Perry, on the rivers down there. We caught some big ones, about 4 feet long. But this is a freshwater eel. I want to get a good view of this thing. So, just want to show it to you. They move like a snake. But you can actually skin it and eat it, if you care to. I don't particularly care to, so. But that's a freshwater eel. How about that? Well, again, don't be this guy, Jamie Heath, at Heath Shooting and Outdoors. We do it all. Freshwater eel, people. There he is. I'll get you up close to him. Yeah, so you can see his, yeah, see the way he's built. Almost like a catfish, a cross between a catfish and a snake. At Indian Springs, so they've got him in here. Now I just got to get him off the hook and let him slither his way on back down to the water. Ooh. Hold still, buddy. This won't hurt a bit. This is not gonna hurt a bit. They are slimy too. Some slimy creatures. If you hold still, I can get the hook out. Now, we'll just let you go. There you go. Now he's gone. That was kind of cool. And that's the way to end the day. To change this hook out now. I've seen those in creeks and rivers before, and they're usually in the muddy, murky water, just like that one was. So, this thing to release so I can lock it and take it on back to the house. All right. Back there. And we got something on this one. Let's see what we got. Another miniature catfish. Well, how about that? Not too much bigger than a bait fish himself. Well, we had a good day. We had a few keepers. borderline keepers, but they were keepers. And this one will have a little trouble getting off the hook. If it's too much trouble, I'm gonna have to take him. I have no choice but to take him in, but I don't really want to do that. I'm gonna throw him back if I can. I think I can throw him back. That works. Okay. I did what I said I was going to do. I was going to come here and throw the last few worms. I've got a little piece left, so put it back there. And we got something on this one. Let's see what we got. Another miniature catfish. Well, how about that? Not too much bigger than a bait fish himself. Well, we had a good day. We had a few keepers. Borderline keepers, but they were keepers. And this one will have a little trouble getting off the hook. If it's too much trouble, I'm gonna have to take him. I have no choice but to take him in, but I don't really want to do that. I'm gonna throw him back if I can. I think I can throw him back. That works. Okay. Because of gnats. So now I'm gonna see if okay, well, caught one and didn't know it. How about that? I caught one and didn't even know it. Catfish. There he is. You see that? Yeah. He just sat on it. Well, it is what it is. I think I'm gonna take him to the house. If I can get him off the hook. I may end up closing the day with him, I don't know. But I'm gonna try it again over in the corner. Simply because there was a bigger, I lost some big catfish over here. I know I can't get this one off the hook too good because he swallowed it. That's the only reason I'm going to keep him, because I knew he'd swallowed this and I can't get him off there. In a peaceful manner. Put him in there. And then I'm gonna put another worm on here, I guess. Well, first I'm gonna put another hook on here because this hook is ruined. I'm getting a bite, but I don't think that's a legit bite. It looks like a turtle or something. That's what it looks to me. Maybe another catfish though, because this is their type of water here. When it gets muddy, they tend to bite more than any other fish. Let's see what we got. I'm gonna try to sling this one over here. And sit tight with it. Been messing with it for a while now, so there's a good chance he may be on this thing. Yep, he's on there. Yep, and it's a catfish. Kind of what I thought. Another catfish. So, there he is. This is their environment. I didn't catch anything on the lake part, which is where I thought I would have caught some. Not over here. I drove right past this place because I thought, well, probably no need to stop in there. But who knew? Gotta keep an eye on that pole because it's over there in that territory where the big catfish go. They'll snatch that right in there. A couple of bumps and it'll be in the water. So, try it again. Right out there. See what happens. Gotta continue to spray. Whew. The gnats are crazy. Now there are some big catfish in here too. But of course, I haven't encountered one yet. The sun's going down, so this day is coming to an end. It's coming to a close for me. So I would love to catch one of those big ones that got off back when it was cool, right over under that tree. I did see a couple. But it was about this time of the evening they decided they wanted to bite the hook. There he goes. Let's see if he's gonna continue to play with it. He's playing with it. He's still playing with it. And something on the other one now. Let's see what we got here. I think this one is Nah, he left it alone. I thought he was hooked. But he left it alone. Huh, well. Drop it back out there for him. Look at that. Came right back to it. All right, let's see what you got there. They left that one alone completely. Tried to set it on him to see what we did. Nothing. Missed him. Wow. Missed him on a dead run. Well, it's almost time to close the day. I'm gonna try this piece of worm again. He was biting it, so. Try that piece again. And then I'll see what happened here. Okay. Well, I felt a tug like maybe something on it, but yep. There is something on it. A miniature catfish. Miniature. Look at that. That is a miniature catfish. I thought he had left it alone. He didn't. I don't want to go back over there. This is Jamie Heath again. This time, guess what? Changing the game. Changing the game. That's me. Don't be this guy. And changing the game. Freshwater eels, catfish, I don't know what's next, alligators, I don't know, no saltwater crocodiles or water buffaloes. Tune in the next time, you never know what you're gonna see right here, but we catch it. If it's there, we catch it. We will see you next time. Don't be this guy, and remember, we are changing the game. You can subscribe to get your friends to subscribe. There's the QR code. I get a good glance of that. And yeah, subscribe to Jamie Heath at Heath Shooting It Outdoors. We're bringing it to you. We'll see you next time. Y'all have a good one.